Hey everyone, it's Jade from Boho Bookworm. I've decided that I'm such a mood reader. I can't just give you an exact TBR of all the books I'm going to read throughout a certain month. So instead, I'm going to do kind of like an early August TBR, a mid-August TBR, and a late August TBR. So today I'm going to talk about the books that I'm going to be getting throughout the beginning of August. Way easier because knowing me, I will change. Another book will come out, like, Survivor Song by Paul Tremblay, which I'm dying to read, and that comes out at the beginning of August. But some books, I don't know they're coming out, and then I just see them, and I'm like, oh my god, I have to drop everything and read them now. So TBRs never really work out for me, though I do have a few books I am hoping to get throughout the beginning of August. And like I just mentioned, Survivor Song by Paul Tremblay is the first one. Although I am a little bit nervous about this one because I believe it's all about like some kind of a pandemic that seems eerily similar to COVID-19, and coronavirus COVID-19 is triggering anxiety in me quite a bit. I'm just not handling it all that well. It's a bizarre new world that we live in these days, and considering this is the year I was supposed to get my shit together, completely selfishly, worst timing. But yeah, this book, let me tell you what it's about. I believe this book is set in Massachusetts. I can't even say that word. Massachusetts? Can you tell I've never been to America? And it is about some kind of like rabies-like virus that's spread through saliva. However, what is different about this virus is that it has an incubation period of like an hour or so, and as soon as you know you have these symptoms, you're basically completely fucked. Like, hospitals are inundated with people, people are just dying everywhere, the world is going absolutely crazy. Sounds quite similar to what we're going through right now. And then, to try and lessen the virus, the world goes under quarantine. What the fuck, Paul Tremblay? It's like you knew this was going to happen. So I think our main character in this book is this girl called Natalie, who's 8 months pregnant, and she phones her friend, who's this doctor, frantically. Her husband's just been killed by someone with this disease, and now she tried to save him, so she got infected too. And her only chance of survival is to get to this hospital on time and get this rabies injection. So I think that's kind of what the story's based on, kind of like her journey and stuff, and how she survives, or what happens to her, who knows. I am really looking forward to it. I have heard mixed reviews, but I've loved all of Paul Tremblay's books that I've read before, so I have really high hopes for this one. And considering where we are in the world right now, I think it'll be quite a riveting tale. Then a book that I had no idea was even going to become a thing is Mallory. It's the Bird Box by Josh Malerman second book, and I am so excited for this. I absolutely loved Bird Box. I loved the Netflix show as well. So Mallory is basically just the sequel and what happens to Mallory afterwards, I suspect. But yeah, I'm so excited. If you haven't heard of Bird Box and don't know what that's about, then where have you been, honestly? Basically, there's something out there in the world that if you look at it, you go batshit crazy. And so you have to spend your life basically blindfolded. So I guess this is what happens to Mallory after the end of what happened in Bird Box. So I'm not giving any spoilers because it's such a fantastic book and you should definitely read it. And lastly, in the beginning part of August, a book that I hadn't even known existed either until the powerful, wonderful booktube put me in its direction, is The Patient by Jasper Dewitt. And I have heard that this is very similar to The Silent Patient. This book is about a psychologist or psychiatrist called Parker, and he is trying to cure a patient of his, but he miscalculates everything. He's in a mental asylum, so I love books like this. It's about a 4.5-hour audiobook, so I think I'm going to fly through it. It sounds excellent. It does say that if you enjoyed Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough or Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay, then you'll love this book, and I love both those books. However, I think, as I mentioned in my previous video, Sarah Pinborough's most recent book, Dead to Her, was not for me. So we will see. I have a feeling I'm going to like this one. I think it would definitely be a 5-star prediction book for me, but Let's see. Let me know what you plan on reading throughout the beginning of August. I hope that you have a really good month, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.